you know she was seriously injured?
Is she dead?
This is the world's worst actor, Rochelle Paul, because right now she's putting on the best act she possibly can to get away with a brutal murder plot.
Came up with a whole plan.
To do what?
Set it up, make it happen.
A murder plot filled with complex love triangles, jealousy, and rage. Now, in this interrogation that has never been seen before, Rochelle will realize that escaping a murder charge isn't as easy as she thinks.
And what did you have in your hand?
I had scissors in there. Just I'm thinking about it, like I feel so shitty.
Just after midnight on January 13th, 2021, police in Akron, Ohio were called to a home on the 100 block of Nome Avenue after reports of a stabbing. When they arrived, they found 24-year-old Sarah Stubbs suffering multiple stab wounds, and despite being rushed to a nearby hospital, she soon succumbed to her injuries. But just moments before losing consciousness, she gave detectives the name of her killer, her own roommate, 36-year-old Rochelle Paul, who she claimed attacked her with a knife and pair of scissors in a vicious rage. Sarah had recently fallen on hard times and had been invited by her former Family Dollar coworker to stay at the home until she got back on her feet. But with Rochelle's boyfriend Ty also living at the home, three quickly became a crowd. Rochelle was immediately placed under arrest at the scene and taken in for questioning, where she hasn't been told of her victim's death, and she soon takes blaming the victim to a whole new level.
Let's just go from the beginning.
Yeah.
Does that make it easier for you?
No.
Okay, let's go first. Where do you want to start at?
We start wherever you're comfortable starting. You guys came home and the live-in roommate Sarah was staying at the house.
What's her last name?
I don't know.
Okay. Does she work with you or?
No.
Okay.
Did she ever work with you?
Yeah, we used to work together.
Okay. Is that where?
That's how we met.
Okay. So basically, she obviously didn't have a place to stay or live. You guys took her in.
Yeah, we felt bad for her. A lot's happened over the last 3 days. A lot happened that week in Philly. A lot happened the 2 weeks we were on the road.
Okay.
It was a lot. I guess I couldn't take it anymore.
Like what is between you and him? Obviously, you rode through. You on the road also in Philly.
Yeah, no, like his family's in Philly. Like I went through shit with his family. I go through shit every time I go to Philly with him.
Okay.
I take that too. On top of the shit that he gives me, I take all of it.
Okay.
And I just sit here and don't do nothing. I just continue to do it. He comes off as like a super awesome person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he's really not. He says one thing. He's like, do you get it? Yeah, I got that. That's cool. And then he comes back saying the same thing, but in a different way. And he's like, you didn't understand what I said?
Okay. Like she slick.
Okay, my bad. No, you said, got it. What's wrong with you? I don't know. I'm just trying to make you happy. Like, whatever you want me to do, I'm stop being mad. Stop. Like, all we do is argue. I don't want to argue. Like, whatever you say, okay, you're right. I don't care. Just, I don't want to argue.
With Rochelle and Ty's relationship already on the rocks, things with Sarah would soon come to a head. Because this wasn't a mere dispute between three roommates. It was a love triangle spinning rapidly out of control. And with Ty's demands for a hookup with Sarah getting more persistent by the day, the simmering pressure in the house began to build.
And now we get home, he's like, yo, you know I'm. Yeah, I already know that.
Okay.
Set it up, make it happen. Alright, I'll figure it out. When I feel like the time is right, I'll get to it. I didn't know I had to put a rush on it.
Okay.
Like, that's all you talk about. Like, yo, like, you're making me, I'm supposed to be your girl, you're making me feel some type of way. All you care about is this girl. But when she's not around, you're telling me how fucking weird she is, and you're irritated, and you want me to get rid of her.
Okay.
Yo, I don't like how she's doing this, doing that. We went to do laundry. She didn't have no money. We had to use our money. Yo, let her know. I had to be the bad guy to talk to her. We went to the grocery store. All this happened within these 3 days that we've been home.
Okay.
Yo, she don't got no money either. We gotta buy her groceries too. Yo, talk to her, let her know.
Okay.
I gotta do that too.
Okay.
I told him, yo, like, I think she feels some type of way. Like, she feels like I don't like her, you know? Like, I'm always the one coming at her. But she's cool with you. You're offering her your CBD, like, all kinds of shit. Oh, sit by me. Do you feel comfortable? Shit like that. Like, what? That's making me feel some type of way.
Right.
You came up with a whole plan this morning.
To do what?
Go ahead and tell us the plan.
Either she him in front of me, or she did it behind my back. And if she didn't do it in front of me, he said he knew she wasn't going to do it in front of me. He knew she was going to do it behind my back. So I had to leave.
Okay.
You really think that's not going to make me feel some type of way? And then I come back and you're screaming for me to run you a bath suit. She can do it. I already know what you did. She's dancing and prancing, happy as shit now.
Okay.
Oh, well, you know, I told you this morning, depending on what you do after that, decides if I'm going to be with you or not. Okay. Like, I mean, a lot more was said, but like he talks to me, the whole story get to the point.
That's how it talks to you.
So what else happened that you think you should share with us that led up to this?
Honestly, there's so much that led up to it. It's not even funny.
Well, like, is it more about the plan this morning? Was it more about the
Yeah, totally more. Like, he used to. So he told you that?
No, he didn't, but
No,
we basically see through people.
We're trained observers and
Well, I just say
walking
Papa John thinks some kind of play.
Yeah, we understand.
We understand.
We say that. People come across one way and
He's
then.
been in my head for so long, and I'm not dumb.
Have you guys engaged in this type of activity before? Like.
No, we've tried,
Okay.
but he always goes, oh, because whatever.
Okay.
I was like, he ate in front of me,
Okay.
but somehow.
Did you set it up for him?
Yes.
Okay.
So, he has a whole plan set up. He said, no, you're not gonna do it.
He told me specifically, because I was like, he asked me something, and I answered him like, uh-huh. Like, I told you the whole time, I'm trying to make him breakfast.
Okay.
And he comes to me, like, angry. Like, yo, you need to talk to her. Like, why are we talking about her again? You know? It's a new day. I'm trying to
have a good day. So,
He's like, yo, like, just going through talking so much shit. I'm crying, like,
literally 80% of the time because, maybe I should have just said, yeah, you're right, you know? Because me saying, that was completely wrong. He didn't like that answer at all.
The household Rochelle describes is dysfunctional to say the least, and for reasons far more serious than Sarah not contributing to the home, because she was convinced that Ty had plans for his relationship with Sarah that didn't involve her, and with tensions rising, an explosion of violence was inevitable.
So let me forward a little bit for you. So you guys come in the house because she's already said to you, as far as she's not gonna do it in front of me.
Oh yeah, he made it a point because the previous night, she had called him a few times on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted a backwood to roll up his CBD.
Okay.
That he said it was cool that she smoked.
Okay.
She's looking at me like, oh, is he coming? Can you call him? No, I just got off the phone with him. He'll be here when he gets here.
Okay.
Right.
Chill.
Right.
I know him, you know, when he's with his family, like, he'll be here when he gets here. Go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy thing is, when I met this girl, she was like sweet, calm, innocent. Like, I was trying to save her from the outside.
Okay.
But then, the 3 days I've been at home, that is not the girl I thought she was.
Okay.
At all. Not at all.
And what makes you think that?
And he, you know, he knows females.
Okay.
Period, point blank. So I'm looking at him because honestly, he's company. Oh, I know what kind of girl she is.
Does he call himself or what?
Oh, he'll tell you all day long.
Okay.
Look, mama, I used to be a... He told me that all morning long. I used to have all of them.
Okay.
So like 8.
Why do you keep
Is he saying that
in one house,
Okay.
Okay.
separately, behind their backs?
Okay.
Like, why do you... This is supposedly years ago. Why are you bringing that up now? You continuously bring it up. Why?
Mm-hmm. So you said she wasn't the girl that you thought.
So let me forward. So he told you basically that.
He knew what kind of girl she was.
Okay.
Okay.
That, the previous night, because she called him 8 million times, I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I know him. I'm going to sleep. He'll get here when he gets here.
Because he with his family, right? You're used to it.
As far as I know, I woke up, he was in the doorway. And then here she comes, like, loud as shut, yelling through the hallway. All right, what's going on, you know? Like I said, I'm just waking up. Oh, come on, he's holding a bottle, drunk as shit, and she's rolling up, high as shit. Okay. Come on, babe, come out here and sit with us. All right. I go out, they're sitting on the couch together, I sit on the floor. What's up? Oh my God, they're sitting there talking shit, laughing, everything. All right, what's up? Why am I here? Oh, I missed you the whole time I was gone. Oh, that's great. Oh, you know, she called me like 8 times? For what? Literally, before I went to sleep, she looked at me like, oh, can you call him? I said, I just hung up the phone with him. He'll be here when he gets here. Chill out. For one, you don't got no money. So you can't rush nobody to do nothing for you. He said he would get you backwards so you could smoke his shit. What are you gonna rush for?
Okay.
But on top of that, you gonna wait till I fall asleep and call him. Now today, this morning, as I'm making breakfast, and he decided to bring her up again on some shit that I should have peeped and should have called her out on. No, I felt sorry for her. I noticed some shit she did. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt because I feel sorry for her. She don't got nobody down here.
Okay, so this morning you made me breakfast.
He wants you to set this up for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did the setup go?
Specifically, and he's like asking me questions like, all right, so you either gonna bust it down and do it like how you gotta do it, or like whatever you do, it's gonna let me know if I'm gonna be with you or not.
So you
And that shit really hurt me, you know what I'm saying? What the, who is to decide whether you're gonna be with me or not? Like, she came from nowhere. Okay. I literally just let that go.
With Ty's demands to be set up with Sarah getting ever more persistent, Rochelle's jealousy was growing out of control, and now he wouldn't take no for an answer. So after Rochelle picked Sarah up from work that day, she finally did what Ty had been demanding for months. And when Sarah agreed to his indecent proposal, Rochelle's jealous rage would begin to bubble over.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
so
you
like,
had to take her up from work. About what time?
what, I think she got off 3, but at that time, like I said, I was making breakfast.
Okay.
I was still sitting in the kitchen, like he ate his breakfast, whoop. But the whole time I was making breakfast, he ate his breakfast, and then after he ate breakfast, he was still like pounding into me, talking shit about this and what I had to do, but do it this way, don't do it like that.
Like, what
You know
was you
I'm
telling
saying?
him? Like, what was you saying?
Like, give it to her raw and uncut. Like, seriously, and I did it exactly the way he said it. He said, when you go pick her up from work, give it to her raw and uncut. You know what I want. Whoop. So I get her. I had to stop at the bank. We go to the bank. He called. I said, yo, I'm at the bank. I'll be there when I'm done. We get to the house. Walk in. He's still. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. You're laying across the bed and still. I knew what, you know. I said, yo. She walks in the back room. She comes out. I said, hey, I know you just got off work. I know you told me in the car you're tired, but I need you to do me a favor. She said, oh, okay, what's that? The busted up. That's raw and uncut, right?
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, I don't do that. I told you I'm absent. Yeah, I heard you say that. But mind you, all the shit that he sat there and filled my head with. Are you really? Oh, you just started that like 5 seconds ago? Or when? When did it start? Because I asked you. And the plan was, will she do it in front of me?
Or would she do it?
Behind your back.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so it was like a 2-parter. Ask her, will she do it in my face? If she says no, then I was gonna leave. I left for like 2 hours.
Okay.
Called him. He didn't answer the phone. He already put me on, yo, if I don't answer my phone, you know I'm mangling something. I called you twice.
Okay.
So I just show up at the house.
Okay.
Like I said, she told me crying up and down, oh, you're abstinent, I'm so tired, I'm just gonna lay down. But when I show up at the house, she's sitting up, posted. He's right there with her. They're chopping it up. But I thought you were so tired. Funny how when I disappeared, you weren't tired anymore.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. I asked him, did he need me to do? And let him know that I was on my way to go pick up my daughter. I asked him if it was cool for me to go pick up my daughter. And I turned around and left. To go get my daughter.
Walk in with your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what?
I went to the bathroom. When I walked out of the bathroom, he was in our bedroom. Sitting there like he's been there the whole time. He was peeking out the window as we were getting out of the car. That's odd, you know? Like, I know him. He don't do shit like that. But whatever. I brushed that off too. My daughter noticed it. But we get in the house, like I said, I went to the bathroom. When I come out of the bathroom, the music's off. It was loud as shit. And he's on the bed. I'm like, yo, so I just gotta change real quick and then we're headed out. He's like, oh, where are you going? I said, I'm going out. Like, me and my daughter are gonna have a good time. So I grabbed my pants, went to the bathroom, changed, and walked out to the living room like, yo, what happened to the music? Y'all was just out here jamming. Like, don't let me ruin your night. Like, oh, okay, I'll turn it back on. Cool. Alright, I'm out. Me and my daughter left.
After walking into an awkward situation between Ty and Sarah at home, Rochelle and her daughter left to spend time with a friend named Erica. But while Rochelle thought smoking and drinking may help calm her down, it seemed to have the opposite effect. Because when she got back to the house and the two were still going at it, things quickly spiraled out of control.
So then you go from there, you go back to the house. So when you go back to the house, then what? You roll up in the house, you and your daughter.
And they're together again. Like,
Same place, same area?
Yeah.
Back in the living room.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. So me and my daughter sit at the kitchen table because now there's shit I gotta do. Like, I've told him millions of times, like, yo, if you're somebody in my bed, change the sheets. I don't want to go to sleep and lay on that shit. Like, that's the least you can do. Okay, maybe he did on the bed. I don't know that for sure. I feel that way. So now, I gotta go through shit and change.
Why did the bed move?
A mess. So what? That shit was a couch. You know, the futon thing in the living room?
Okay.
She been laying on that shit all day. It was like that all day. Until the last time I came back. Now it's late. Okay.
Then they laying on it? Are they laying on the futon when you come in?
No, she's sitting smack dead in the middle. And he is just like standing there. Like he's in a conversation. Okay, yeah, and like I said, me and my daughter were sitting at the kitchen table, getting my life together. I was smoking a cigarette. He's talking to her, and like, cause he was smoking a cigarette too. Like my daughter can't do smoke, so I went outside, but I had the screen door in the back propped open as I'm smoking, so I can hear everything they're saying. He's literally like talking mad shit about me. Like, what do you think you are to talk shit to my daughter about me, and you don't know shit about me? So that made me feel some type of way, like, what did this do while I was gone? Because now, like, you just hate what? Alright, so I walk in, and I'm like, yo, that's real shitty for you to say that, blah, blah, blah. I pick up our shit off the table. Me and my daughter go into the bedroom. He makes it a point to go in and just lay across the bed. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, me and my daughter are going to show here. You know, she's on her phone setting up the TV, you know, so we can watch movies and shit. He's like, yeah, well, go blow up the air mattress so I can lay on it. Honestly, I thought he said so me and my daughter could lay on it. Either way, I went in the room, had to move shit around to blow up the air mattress. And my daughter comes to me like, Mom, he said he was gonna lay in here. Like, me and you can go in the room. I was like, are you sure he said that? Like, asked her a few times, like, to make sure, because... Alright, whatever. So, I blow up the air mattress, go in the room. I'm like, yo, talking to her, about the pillowcases and whatnot. Cause, yeah, I'm changing the sheets. Did that. Stripped the bed. Here, you can have these sheets. Me and my daughter aren't sleeping on this. And did.
Correct.
That was that. Now he's in the bathroom. Can I get in the bathroom? Yo, what's wrong with you? I don't want to talk. Nothing. I just want to use the bathroom. I want to go chill with my daughter. That takes forever. Whatever. I get in the bathroom. Get my daughter set up. Like, I got her a couple bottles of water, we'll do it. I go in the kitchen, light a cigarette. Yo, I'm smoking a cigarette. You know how to... Not doing it around my daughter. I'm smoking a cigarette. Be done with it. Everything he was saying to me earlier that day just kept playing through my head. Just sitting there where I was sitting, looking into the living room, just seeing her lay there, like... He's so... Like, he can literally get whatever he wants and nobody can do anything about it.
So then what happened? Where do we go from there? You finish your cigarette?
No, I put it up.
Okay.
I went to the room, knocked on the door, opened it, turned the light on. I said, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? Him. And he's like, yo, what's up? I sat down on the floor. I said, did you... He can't give you a straight answer. I don't know why you come in with that dumb shit, Okay, whatever. Did you? Still no straight answer. Okay, you gave me my answer already. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I started to ask him other shit. He just said he didn't want to talk to me. He said, you really gonna do this shit and your daughter's here? Leave it alone. Like, seriously, you knew my daughter was coming. When you walked in the kitchen, as I was making you breakfast this morning, I told you my plan for the day was to do this shit. Laundry, your hair, all kinds of shit. And I want to go get my kids. You knew that morning that I was going to go get my kids. But you made it a point to bring up all kinds of other shit. To steal my joy away. I wasn't with my kids for Christmas. I wasn't with my kids for New Year's. And then after that, I was away for them for 2 years. I can't wait to see my kids. You made it a point to steal that joy away from me too. So that when I got to my kids, I wasn't happy because all I'm thinking about is what you're doing.
Rochelle spends a great deal of time complaining about her troubled relationship with Ty, but when it comes to what happened to Sarah, she seems to be stalling. So as her anger towards him grew, so did her capacity for violence. And as she sat down to stew over her insecurities, she found the perfect target for her rage, Sarah.
And I went back to the kitchen and I sat down. And it just kept going over and over in my head, like, because he kept telling me a real woman wouldn't let this shit happen. A real woman would do this. A real woman, you know what I'm saying?
Playing here again.
I'm a real woman.
What happened? What happened next? Rochelle.
I grabbed a knife and the scissors from the dude. That holds all that stuff. Cutlery, whatever. And I just kept going back and forth with myself. Like, what do you mean I'm not a real woman? I don't want this shit to happen, but you're telling me it's okay. Like, I gotta let it happen for us to be cool. Well, I couldn't do it. And then I just started swinging. She started screaming. And she sat up and grabbed me. I got scared. Stop. It wasn't her fault.
When you say swinging, what do you mean exactly? Like when you say gestures, what are you demonstrating? You say swinging, what are you doing?
I just waving my arms. Like,
And what did you have in your hand?
I had scissors and a knife.
In both hands?
Yeah.
Or did you have a cup in one hand?
No, I had scissors, I believe, and a knife.
And she was on a futon at this time?
Yeah.
She was laying down already?
Wow.
And you got on top of her, or did you stand over her?
No, I was standing.
Standing over her? And you start swinging?
Yeah, I just started.
Did you know where you were at the time?
No, I didn't. Like, because when she came at me, I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing it right.
You said she grabbed you?
Yeah, and then just, I don't know what happened, but it felt like I got stronger.
Okay.
And then she started screaming. And I was like, okay. And then just, I got ragey, like, you ruined my life.
So the rage comes over you.
Perhaps realizing how guilty this statement makes her look, Rochelle quickly backtracks. Yet unfortunately for her, it's already too late. And with the cat now out of the bag, she'll do everything she can to convince detectives she isn't the rage-fueled killer she's already described herself to be.
I'm not that kind of person that's, I'd never do that. Like, you never know. Like, it's so it's not her fault, because it was my choice. But I endure it.
Did she say anything, or did she say anything to you?
You know.
No.
Do you remember her saying anything or calling out?
Yeah, she kept calling for Todd. And I think that might have been why I got ragey. Like,
It made you madder?
you don't, why are you calling for him?
Again,
Mm-hmm.
can you recall what she was saying?
She just kept going, Ty, Ty, oh my God, Ty.
And your rage was ripped out at that point.
I heard that and I literally didn't hear anything anymore until Ty had me and told me I was done. And I was like, yo, I'm done.
So when you
Go check on her.
Okay.
My daughter.
Is there anything else that you can remember that you didn't tell us?
Listen, there's so much, but
I'm talking about from this part of the
pretty
story.
much. That's pretty much it.
Did you ever see her on the ground?
No. When he let me go, I ran right to the room to check on my daughter. And I told her to call 911. I gave her the address.
And what'd you tell her to call 911 for? And who would that person be?
You didn't say it was hard. You said it wasn't her fault.
You said it wasn't her fault. You were just kind of fed up. You were fed up. And you only could take so much, and then you questioned your womanhood. If you were nothing to him, you did everything you'd ever wanted. And you just got to the point where you were just tired. Like, what else? It's never enough. It's never enough. And he's treating the woman that you guys took into your house like a princess and treating you like trash. More or less, correct? Is that how you feel?
Yeah. But he said it's okay because he would never put anybody above me. It wasn't her fault. I would say so much. She's young. You can't apologize to somebody.
How many times do you think you saw him?
I don't know. I don't remember this.
From the time you stood over her to...
So I'm thinking about it, like I feel so shitty. I was just, oh my God, so dumb.
Did you ever think of,
And so many people told me.
It's clear Rochelle feels remorse for her actions, but the news she's about to hear next is about to make things 10 times worse. Because while she was only on the hook for a potentially deadly assault, or even attempted murder, she'll now learn that murder wasn't just attempted, it was a complete success.
So, when the police and the paramedics arrived, did you see anything?
Did I say anything?
Did you see anything? Did you see them working on her? Did you see them?
No. Like, I was in the kitchen, I lit a cigarette right there at the kitchen table. and they shined their lights through the window and said, "Open the door." I puffed the cigarette, opened the door, walked outside, got down, put my hands up. They took me right to the car. I didn't see it.
Do you know, at that point, did you know she was seriously injured? Did you feel that you had caused her serious physical harm at that point?
Is she dead?
Unfortunately, she passed. Do you need EMS? Huh? Rochelle?
You gotta take some deep breaths.
Yeah, you have to breathe. Get some air. She doesn't want it.
Yeah.
She's remorseful right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we see you ain't mean for it to go like this.
No, we understand. Listen, you said you're not that type of person. Rochelle, I know it's a lot to swallow right now. You said you're not that type of person. You know you would say so much to her. We also understand that sometimes when you push your limit, you either, things happen. It's human, things happen. Is that what happened? Just things happen? Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate event. So at this juncture, you pretty much know how this goes. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else that you wanted to tell us that you happened from that?
You wanna talk to us any further?
If you want to talk to us any further, you can. We can talk to you.
Or in the future, even.
Or in the future, you can always talk to us. Okay?
Your sister's here.
Yeah, your sister's here. You want us to say anything to your sister?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We'll let them know, and officers will be with you shortly, okay? Thank you. I'm sorry that we had to be unfortunate like this. Is there anything that you need us to get you? Do you need emergency services?
Can I have a cigarette?
Sure.
We can arrange that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
We can't smoke in here.
Oh my.
When you go down, you can smoke the
So we
cigarette.
ain't allowed smoke in the building. We got some.
So just stand by, okay?
As Rochelle's confession wraps, detectives allow her to go outside and smoke. It'll be the last bit of relief she'll have for some time to come. She was charged with murder and felonious assault and was found guilty on both counts. She was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.